What's up, guys? Back again. Today I am in the Talladega National Forest, more specifically at the Nubbin Creek Trailhead. It is June 26, 2026. It's about 5:45 in the afternoon. I've just finished up a week-long business trip that has taken me to northern Alabama. So here I am in the Talladega National Forest, specifically in the Cheaha Wilderness. I know I have that right because I asked a local. I said, how do you say that? Cheaha. Cheaha, just like yeehaw is what they said. So I'm in the Cheaha Wilderness. I'm going to do a about 13-mile hike, camp about halfway through tonight, and then finish it up tomorrow. And this is my way of, I guess, taking the slow route on the way home back to Florida. Got still another 6-7 hours to go on the drive home tomorrow. But I figured I would stop and make the most of my trip and go to somewhere I've never been, Talladega National Forest. And from what I've seen so far and driving through, it is absolutely beautiful. Eastern Alabama is, I guess, a hidden gem. Not many people talk about how beautiful it is out here, but it is fantastic, and I'm excited to do some exploring. There's the trailhead over there. On all trails, this is called the Nubbin Creek Trail to Pinhoti Trail to the McDill Point Loop. It's going to take me all the way up to about 2,300 feet of elevation. I'm currently at about 1,000, and it says that I'm going to gain about 2,300 feet total in elevation throughout the entire 13-mile trail. All right, I'll do a quick gear overview. Pretty light this trip. I'm actually using just a Nike backpack. Shout out Big Blue Football. Just using my Nike backpack, as that's all I've got. I don't have my hiking pack. I got my snacks here, some Old Trapper beef jerky, some high carb snacks. Got a little dock runner rod, just in case I find a body of water that holds fish. Got a toothbrush and toothpaste, my lighter, small fixed blade knife, 3 liters of water, and a life straw. And I'm gonna use that as much as I can to save the bottled water in case I need it. Got my headlamp, got a power bank with a phone charger on it to keep my phone charged for navigation and, of course, for filming this video that you're watching. Baby wipes, I got some bandanas to keep sweat out of my eyes, shorts, extra shirt, and underwear, because putting a fresh pair of underwear on after hiking all day is it's a very good feeling. And then, of course, a rain jacket in case it rains. The forecast is showing it to be pretty clear, but you always want to have that just in case. And worst case, I can use it as a pillow while I'm sleeping tonight. And I almost forgot, which I'm glad I did this, because I noticed that I forgot my hammock, which is what I'll be sleeping in tonight. Almost forgot that in the car, so I'm really glad that I did this, or I'd be sleeping on the ground tonight. Just got to pack all this up into the backpack, and now I'm ready to go. Oh, hold on. Before I step foot on the trail, gotta start the Garmin. There we go. Nubbin Creek this way. Cave Creek Trail 2 miles, Odom Trail 4. Let's do it. Wilderness, America's enduring resource. I love that. Got some bear information. A good map there. I've got Avenza maps on my phone, but what we're gonna do here, I'll show you. I'm right here at Nubbin Creek Trailhead. Gonna head up this trail up to here. Then we're gonna get off on this Cave Creek Trail. Head up all the way up into the Cheaha State Park. This should be right around the highest point in Alabama. And then we're gonna head back down the other way. Love these switchbacks. Those are gonna be nice and challenging. And then back down to my Nubbin Creek Trail. And then back down to the car. Can't see it very well because of the glare, but there's the Cheaha State Park outlined in pink. There is McDill Point, which shows to be 2,200 feet of elevation. Hernandez Peak, which is 2,344. From what I can see here, it might be the tallest point that we're gonna get to. Cool. It's about 6:30. Sunset's supposed to be at 8:30. So I got a couple hours of daylight left. got my headlamp. I don't know if I want to hike at night, but if I'm not making the progress that I would like to, I suppose I might, just to save myself a long hike through the heat of the day tomorrow. But the goal is to get, halfway at least. 5 to 6 miles would be good. I think I can do that. I think I can get, 3 or 4 miles an hour down. So we're gonna see. But for now, moving pretty good. Just put one foot in front of the other. I'll do my best to film any, points of interest that I see along the way. I know that there's gonna be some really beautiful lookouts, any wildlife I can see, any cool terrain or obstacles that I have to navigate, maneuver around. But good long hike ahead of me. Not even a mile in yet. I hear a stream down here. So I'm gonna show just how easily distracted I am and why I probably won't make as much ground tonight as I want to. Because I'm gonna go see this stream, see how big it is. Because as I gain elevation, I'll probably see less and less streams. No spider on my face, okay. Man, a lot of spider webs. Looks like there's a little campsite down here. Pretty neat. Here's a stream. That's some pretty clear water. Probably can't tell, but that's a couple feet deep. That mountain clear water. I'm gonna head back up to the main trail, try to put a couple miles down. Not even another quarter mile down, and I'm back down off the main trail because this was loud and looked enticing. And I'm glad I came down here because it is a beautiful little ravine gorge. Oh, looks like we got signage. What does the signage say? The signage says half of the word Cheaha and nothing else because it's broken. Unfortunate. Well, there's some quartz sticking up out of the ground. That's pretty. We got a creek crossing. Don't fall down. Don't slip. Don't slip. Success. Not even 2 miles in yet, and I'm already soaked with sweat. It's still 85 degrees, high 80s when I started at 5:30, 6 o'clock. It's supposed to get down to the low 70s tonight, which will be nice, but it'll be 80 something again by like 9 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. So, it's the end of June. I know summer just started, but we're in the dead heat of summer. But I don't know if you can hear that. But there's a stream up here, and I'm headed downhill actually towards it. I'm gonna stick my face in it and grab a drink from it, I do believe. Might have a little bit of a cascade. Oh yeah. It ain't so bad. This cool rock to sit on ain't so bad either. It's hot. That actually tastes really good. Really, really good.
really good. That was extremely refreshing. I've already come up. How's the creek down there? Already come up quite a ways. This trail has been pretty much just straight up so far. I'm already, oh no. Pause my. I'm already at almost 500 feet of elevation gain. And from what All Trails says about this hike, is in the 13 miles, I'm gonna gain about 2,300 feet of elevation. So I'm already over 1/5 of the elevation gain in the first 2 miles. So, whew. And I keep seeing these. Sometimes I see them. Most of the time I just walk straight through it. Because look, you can't see that. But there he goes. Yep. I'm gonna try to walk under it. My rod will probably hit it and fling it onto the back of my head. I constantly feel spiders crawling on the back of my head. I don't think they're actually there, but I don't like spiders, and you get a little paranoid when you walk through 10 spider webs in a row. You think probably, odds are, one's probably on you. But, you know, part of the game. What are you gonna do? All right, here at the first navigational issue, the trail kind of leads into here, and then this looks pretty worn down, and that looks kind of worn down next to that tree, but there's no trail going off anywhere. Over here, that doesn't look like anything like a trail. So I'm gonna backtrack a little bit and see if I can find where I'm supposed to go. I first started questioning it when I was walking along this, which is kind of trodden down, but it doesn't really look like a trail. I mean, you can cross there, but it doesn't really look like a trail. This definitely looks like a trail. But where to go from here, I don't know. A little bit back here. Aha. There it is. So that's where I came from. And just coming back this way, I can see where this trail continues on here. All right, back on track. This trail is not, there's no blazing on the trees or anything. Thankfully, I've got Avenza maps to show me with my GPS location transposed onto the map where I'm at. You know, looking at that, I could see that I was in the right area. But yeah, just missed the turn. But we're back. We're back. All right, creek crossing number, I don't know, 4 or 5. Not to be confused with Rick Rawson, which is a verb of being a boss. Anyways, another birdie one. More clean water. Now I think a really cool feature of this one is the rock formations. They're all kind of slanting up and to the left. The big rock up there, but all of them have that kind of up and to the left slant. Interesting. You probably can't see it on the camera because it's dark in here. I said it was dark in there. That was that creek crossing I just went over. It's like genuinely night and day. And I think I might be coming up to an overlook here soon. I'm pretty high up in the air here. It's teasing a really good view right there. Another ridge across the way. Another ridge over there. I'm getting up there. There's a cool tree. A rock field. Oh yeah. Wow. How about that? I can see the forest through the trees. Talladega National Forest. I thought that was pretty good. About half a mile further, the Nubbin Creek Trail. Go that way to the Odom Scout Trail, that way to the Nub Creek Trailhead. And this, I know I said Odom Trail earlier, but this is the Cave Creek Trail. Cave Creek Trail. Whew, English. Which means, if that's the end of the Cave Creek Trail, it means this is really the beginning of it for me. And what do you know? It goes up. It goes up. More climbing. Almost at 1,000 feet of elevation gained. And more to go. All right, it is now 8:10. You can tell it's getting pretty dark. That sign, which you can't read, says Nubbin Creek Trail that way, Cheaha Trailhead that way, and behind me it says to Pinhoti. I'm probably saying that wrong. Anyways, that's the connector trail that you'll see in just a second on Avenza maps. But I'm gonna do this Cave Creek Trail tonight, or just get a little bit further down it tonight, and then I'll come back and I will end up coming down this trail connector and back onto Nubbin Creek Trail. Yeah, I'm only about 4 miles in. Bad news is that my watch is gonna die. It says 7 hours left of activity recording. I probably got another at least 5 of hiking to do, and that's usually a little bit on the low side. So my watch is gonna die at some point. I'm at almost 1,300 feet of elevation gained. The sun is almost, it is down pretty much, and the light is gone. At least it's on the back side of this hill where I'm on the east side of it. So I'm going to, I don't know, maybe go another mile at most. And then set up camp, start a fire, set up my hammock, hang out a little bit, drink some water, eat some snacks, and then get some rest so that I can hit it and do the other 9-ish miles tomorrow. Hopefully wake up kind of early to beat the heat. But this is probably the last time you'll see me without a headlamp on or without the flash of my camera on, so see you in a little bit. As promised, I've got my headlamp on now. Whoa, whoa. So that I can see these rocks on the trail. It's not completely dark yet, and the moon being almost full is helping with keeping it in kind of this twilight lighting, but it's dark in here in the canopy, so using the headlamp to see where I'm going so I don't turn my ankle on things like that and that, and so that when I hear a noise I can go, what was that? But I will say the eeriness of walking in the woods at night alone, it never goes away, especially when you're somewhere that you don't know, in rough terrain and pretty far ways away from your car and from really anybody. So I'm about 4.5 miles in now. Feeling all right about stopping wherever I find a good spot. Hopefully I run across a creek here soon so I can set up camp near it, have water to drink without going in my water bottles, and a place to wash my face and cool off a little bit. But the temperature has dropped probably into the 70s now. I don't know exactly. So no cell service or anything, but it feels pretty good out. Should be a decently comfy night in the hammock. Definitely hear water flowing over there, so hopefully that means I'm pretty close to it and I can quit walking tonight. Another perk of the headlamp is I can see these guys, and he's weaving away here. He's got a nice nest built so far. The only problem, unfortunate for him, I don't know how I'm gonna get around it without taking it down. I might be clear over here. I am. Congratulations, buddy. You get to keep your web. Your friends have not been as lucky, so consider yourself just that. All right, it's getting like dark now, and trail is not getting any smoother. But I hear that creek running, and I cannot wait to get to it, set up camp, and call it an evening. With the babbling creek too, another perk of that, other than just the water, is the sound. Should make for a nice sleeping soundtrack, and I also shouldn't hear the animals moving around me, which is going to be inevitable. But if I can't hear them, if I've got a fire going, I shouldn't get spooked out by them. There's a spider web right on my hand. Shouldn't get as spooked out by them. And with the fire going, they won't mess with me. So this trail is like really not very clear here. There's another big spider web. There's another big spider. All right. Well, yeah. You've got to thread all the way around there, pal. Not a whole lot I can do here. Let's see if I can sneak up around here. I did it again. Another spider saved. You're welcome, bud. Eat a bunch of mosquitoes and ticks. Wow, this trail has gotten considerably tighter. Let's see. Look at this guy. What are you doing? Why are you dropping to the ground, bro? That was wild. He just dropped to the ground and then climbed back up. A little dramatic. I see ya. I'm trying not to hit your web, but you got it all over here. Ooh. Undoubtedly grabbed his web with me, with the rod sticking on the back of my backpack, but no time to think about him being on my back in my head. No time. Because there's another one right here. Brother. What are we doing? I hear that water and it's saying, haha, you thought it was gonna be easy to get to me. Thought you were home free. Oh, you're a little tiny spider. You dropped to the ground too. Yep, your nest is not getting saved, pal. Sorry about it. Man, look at that guy. He's pretty sizable. Can you hear it? can hear it. You can also hear a bird being annoying. And there it is. There it is. Crystal clear water again. All right. 4.6 miles in, 2 hours, 1,300 feet. That's all we're doing tonight. I'm gonna find a nice place to camp around here. It's gonna be hard to show you, but I think I found a campsite. The best I can show you is this tree and that tree. And these rocks around me. And you can probably hear it, but the creek is down there. We're gonna call that 200 feet. Right here is a small, pretty young cedar tree. What these are good for is you can peel this kind of paper-like skin off. It's a real good fire starter. Now I've got a lighter, so it shouldn't be too hard to start a fire, but this will certainly make it just that much easier. Found me a critter. Yoink. Oh man. He must be sleepy. He's not moving. Beautiful, beautiful millipede. He's not as big as the one that I saw last time in Osceola. Go watch that video if you haven't already. But he sure is still pretty. He sure still does have a lot of legs. Now, is that your head? Or is that your head? Or are you an Alaskan bullworm? I don't know. I'll put you back down. There you go. I'm gonna get a piece of firewood right here. Because that is a fire I've got going. Let me show you around. Oh, it's steep. There's my fire. There's my hammock. And that's it. There's my backpack. That's it. That's what we got. I did have a small oopsie while setting up the fire. Cut my finger a little bit, right on the knuckle, there on my index finger. Wasn't too bad of a cut, but from the blood on my other fingers, you can tell it wasn't a tiny one either. I've got this baby wipe wrapped up around it, pretty tight. Got it on immediately after I cut it. Well, maybe 2 minutes after I cut it, because I was looking through my bag and realized I don't have a first aid kit like I should. Don't be like me. Bring a first aid kit if you're going in the woods, especially by yourself. Luckily, it's not too bad or anything, so it is what it is. But I'm gonna get out of this shirt that's completely soaked and walk down to the stream, wash my face and feet, cool down a little bit, have some water, and I'll come back up, tend to the fire, and chill out before I go to sleep. It's about 9:30. Hope to be asleep by 10:30 or 11 at the latest. As you can hear, I'm sure, you probably can't even hear me. I'm down by the creek again. Got my own personal little waterfall and stream. Got myself a monster tea for tomorrow morning and a water. Let's see how that water feels on these dogs. These dogs. Yeah. Woo. Oh yeah. That feels awesome on the piglies. I guess I'm just getting feet water all over my my drinks there, but I don't even care. That feels so good. Hello, little lizard. Oh, not a lizard at all. I'm sorry. I mischaracterized you, sir. You're an amphibian.
You're no lizard. Oh man, there's another one. It's a big one. They're all over here. That's what they're looking for. My friends hanging out, chilling at the creek with the homies. I don't mind it at all.
Top of the morning. It's 5:17. Oh, the birds are chirping. Sun comes up in about 15 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and get up and get moving. Maybe I'll get to a vantage point, a little lookout down the way a little bit where I might be able to see the sunrise. And worst case, I will be moving a little bit warmer. Not the worst night in the world, but it was a little chilly. I was wearing shorts, no socks or anything. My socks are hung up over there on the tree. And I didn't bring a second pair. Or else I probably would have been a little more comfortable last night. Oh well, it wasn't too bad. Alright, let's go. Over here on my pants, I got another friend. All right, there's camp packed up in there. Got everything. There's the fire pit. It's been thoroughly drowned, leaves replaced, so that I can leave no trace. All before 5:45. Sun might be up. It's a little cloudy, but trail's right down here. And away we go. Goodbye, campsite. First spiderweb already in my face. Perfect. There's another one. Just about 5 minutes down the trail. Not far. Another campsite right on the edge. It's a little too cloudy to see the sunrise perfectly, but you get the idea. There's another ridge over there. There's the sun peeking up out of the clouds. Cave Creek Trail goes this way. Perfect. Brilliant bird. It's not a cardinal. It's got black wings, but a red stomach and a red back. Oh, she turns back again. Very pretty bird. Signpost must mean I'm at the junction of the trail. So that's saying that basically that's the entrance to the Cave Creek Trail, which means that this is the Pinhoti Trail to Pinhoti. And where would it go except for up? Let's go. Oh man, and up it goes. So far I've done 1,700 feet, so this trail can only ask for me for 600 more feet of vertical gain. I hope, at least. I hope that's accurate. Woo! Steep. Oh boy. And that big hill that I just climbed was just the connector. That's just the connector between the Pinhoti, that's the north, there's the south facing, southbound. Wow, yeah, that was just a connector trail to get me onto Pinhoti. Got McDill Point in 2 miles, the connector in 3.5. So by that, I would imagine I had the three miles or so on the Nubbin Creek Trail. So still got another 6 to 7 miles left to go. As I'm climbing up, I'm starting to get inside the clouds. I'm in the clouds. Just off the trail, I can see this rock. Looks like I might have a mean view with it. Well, it's all fog. Pretty good ways down there. It's just straight fog. I'm up in the clouds. I'm gonna take this opportunity, have myself a little breakfast, some jerky, chips, water. I'm gonna do while sitting on this rock, enjoying the fog. I would say view, but not a whole lot you can view. There's a really nice breeze blowing. It's kind of blown the cloud I was in out of here. You can see the hill across from me, at least the lower part of it. Breeze feels nice. It might still be early morning, but it's still warm and I'm sweating. That's sweat on my legs. And my shirt is already soaked. It's unfortunate people can't come out here and enjoy things like this without leaving a mess like this. I mean, we're miles from any trash cans or anything. Just pack out your trash. Why is this somebody else's responsibility to clean up? That's Just unfortunate. But I'll quit being grumpy. Look at that. Looks like there's another ridge over there. It's covered by the fog. Beautiful. There you go. I've hit a milestone here, over 2,000 feet of vertical ascent climbed. After a little bit over 4.5 hours of hiking, I've made it 8.25 miles, which is not the best pace, but it's easy to get distracted out here. It's very pretty, but got a little bit, probably about 5 miles to go. Kind of just putting my head down and chugging along until I see another point of interest. So we'll see another 1/10 of a mile only, but there's another point of interest. Like I said, it's easy to get distracted out here. You got a big old, basically a rock garden or a little bluff up on top here. I'll tell you, it's steep terrain out here. Just a lot of climbing. I'm getting pretty tired. Oh my gosh, it scared the crap out of me. How did you get there? You been riding along with me? What? Oh man, scared the crap out of me on my elbow. I gotta put you down, man. You have to create a new life over here, buddy. I'm sorry for taking you miles away from your home. That was mean of me. You'll be okay. Oh, this is a crazy section. Woo. You know, at least I know that climbing means I get to go down at some point. Although walking down a steep hill is not necessarily the most fun thing in the world for your, at least for my knees and joints, knees and hips. Up. Heart rate up. It's like a minefield or a rock field. Not the greatest pleasure to walk through either. I just looked on the map to see where I was in relation to, I guess, finishing this trail. And I realized that that point back there that I climbed up to was Hernandez Peak, and at 2,392 feet above sea level, it is the highest point I will achieve in this hike. So that's good. There's a little, I guess, headstone for Cheaha Wilderness. I don't know, it's not a headstone, but marker. And then it says Pinhoti down. I'm at 2171 of feet gain, elevation gained. So if I'm gonna go down now, I'm gonna have to go back up a little bit at some point. Can't say I'm thrilled about that, but it's nice to go down for a little bit here. But you can see what I mean by hard on the joints. You're stepping down, a little bit extra force in each step. And I gotta be careful not to slip, so I'm gonna put my phone away. I'll see you in a little bit. It's 8 o'clock. We gotta rise and shine, fellas. And it's pretty stinking beautiful out here. Pretty stinking pretty. Where those guys were camping was McDill Point. Would be a good point of interest. Probably a good view. But I'm gonna let them sleep. They may have had a long night. And I mean, I can't say I'm usually up before 8. And it's exactly 8:10 right now, so I'll let them sleep. They did have a pretty good setup though. One dude had a hammock that zips up at the top, so it's fully enclosed. I wonder if it's waterproof or rainproof. And the other guy had like a foam mat and then a air up mattress or sleeping pad that looked pretty thick, and a sleeping bag. He's probably pretty cozy, so I don't blame him for still being asleep. But check this out. Long way down. How about that? I believe that's Shinbone Ridge, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty cool. This wouldn't be a bad camping spot either. Just right on the trail. Well, they tried. I mean, they didn't try. They did half of the work to pack your trash out, which is put it in a bag. But apparently, they could pack it in, but not out. I don't understand that. If it was beer cans and food and all that, then you took the heavy part out. You drank all the beer. You ate all the food that was in the packaging. So now it's the easy part. Now it's light. I just don't get it. A little rock garden in here. Now at 10 miles. Heading out of the Cheaha State Park back into the Cheaha Wilderness. From here, it's a straight shot down to the connector trail that will put me back on Nubbin Creek Trail, and then back to the car. I estimate it's probably be about 4 miles left to the car. So I think I should end up at 14 for the total distance if my watch stays on until I get to the car. If it doesn't, then I won't know. But getting pretty excited to be done. My feet are pretty sore. Legs are tired. I'm covered in sweat. Finger doesn't feel great. But we're doing all right. I'm having a good time. My Garmin says only 1 hour left of recording time. So I want to document what I've got here. 2,500 feet, almost 11 miles in 6 hours. Like I said, I think you should say about 14 when I get done, so maybe 3 to go. Yeehaw, I'm in the Cheaha. At 11.16 miles, I made it back to the connector to Cave Creek Trail, which will take me down to Nubbin Creek Trail and back down to the car. Final couple legs. This is all stuff that we are now at the point where this is all stuff that I've seen yesterday. Just in reverse this time. Thankfully, mostly, almost all downhill. We like downhills. As opposed to uphills. We don't got all this hill crap in my home state of Florida. Hills. Sorry, this is a mountain actually, not a hill. We do have hills up near northwest or northeast Florida where I live. There are hills, but no mountains. There it is, the end of Cave Creek Trail. Back down to Nubbin Creek Trailhead, and that's the next stop. And I'll tell you, every segment that I finish and checkpoint that I cross off on the way back to the car fills you with this like high, this like wind in your sails. Just like a second wind, energy that like a euphoric feeling. And I just when I was in college, I started a moving company. Ran it for almost 8 years. And when you're... I know it's a dead millipede. Rip. When you are unloading a moving truck, unloading furniture and boxes out of a moving truck, you'd pull some boxes away from the rear wall of the truck, and you could see all of a sudden you could see the rear wall, and it gave you this euphoric feeling like, oh yeah baby, let's go, I'm at the end of this job, just a little bit to go. And you start grabbing 2-3 boxes at a time, because it gives you this extra boost of heck yeah, I'm almost done, let's push and get to the end of this. Same deal with this hike here. 12 miles in, expected 13 miles, might end up at 14. I don't know how much longer I got to go here, but hard part's done. Been on the downhill for a couple miles now, or mile and a half or so. Hard part's done. Almost to the car, and then I get to drive 6+ hours back to Florida. Whoopee! But at least I will be sitting down off my feet because they are sore. But almost there. If you've made it this far, I appreciate you watching my videos. You know, I never really saw myself filming myself out in the woods. And I don't love talking into a camera or filming while I'm out here. I'd rather focus on the nature. But you know, some people said that stuff I do is cool and that I should start recording it and put it on YouTube. And you know, I think it'd be cool to have these videos for, you know, my family, my kids eventually to see. And you know, maybe I make a little bit of money off of it too from you guys watching. And I appreciate you for watching. So that's all I got to say. Thanks for coming along. Oh man, so close to the car I could taste it. My watch died at about 12.5. I've probably been walking for another mile, at least 1.5 miles since then, and I've got another maybe half a mile to go. So we're gonna end up calling it 14 miles, 14.5 if I want to kind of pump up the story a little bit. I know All Trails said it would be 13 miles. Part of the extra mileage is coming from some side quests, going off on some offshoots to check stuff out. And you know, when I set up my camp last night, I think my watch was running while I was setting up camp and gathering firewood and going up and down at the creek. So that's where that extra mileage came from. But all downhill for the past few miles, and I know I'm close, real close to the car. I'm ready to get in it, blast the AC, change my clothes, just some dry clothes, some shorts and a dry t-shirt, maybe some dry underwear. Ooh, definitely that. Take my boots off, go to town, get some Neosporin and a bandage for my finger, and what do I always do? What do I always eat after I go camping? Oh, just put my hand right in the spider web because I was filming. It's a crazy looking spider. Camera won't focus on them. One of those round spiky ones. What do I always eat after fast food? Something salty, greasy, high calories. I'm gonna grab some ice cream too. I've earned it. Definitely earned it. For now, I got, I don't know, half a mile left. Let's do it. Let's go. Here's the sign. Keep catching flashes of my car over there. There's a truck here as well. Goodbye, Cheaha Wilderness. Thank you for your accommodations during my stay. The views, water. Oh, this is law enforcement. Let's see what he's got to say. Nice fella. And he's very kindly leaving so that I can change my clothes and get the heck out of here. Oh, what a feeling. Oh, what a feeling to be back at the car. So exciting. you very much. Yeah. Oh yeah, baby. All right. I'm gonna get changed, head in town, grab some food, get the heck back to Florida. Dry clothes. AC on full blast as promised. Let's get the heck out of here.